walked up to my door, opened the windows to my soul, told me he think that I should know that.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kayla and I am back with another video. I guess this series will be called Kayla and the Big Comfy Couch. If you know, growing up there was a show called Molly and the Big Comfy Couch. But what I'm going to be doing is explaining how to be financially literate with money hacks. So I end up getting into this, I want to say like a couple of days ago, and I'm gonna start, I don't want to make this video too long, but I'm gonna go over a couple of hacks that I have learned, and I will be applying them and updating you guys on this series to show you as far as how well they work, which ones work, which ones are a dub, and which ones are good. So the first hack is to avoid the spending trap. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at notes. But basically, small purchases basically add up very. So when you look at your debit and credit transactions, look at what you're spending your money on. For me personally, this is just speaking on personal experience. I spend a lot of my money and it adds up very quickly when I go to the Dollar Tree, because everything, well now it's $1.25, but everything in small purchases adds up very fast. For some people it may be like coffee or getting breakfast every morning, things like that. Like, you don't think a 4 for $4 adds up, getting a 4 for $4 and you're like, oh my gosh, I spent this much money on it. So I would do the math, but I really don't feel like it right now. But you're gonna be like, dang, like my mathematicians, y'all get it. But it adds up really quick. So you can find alternatives to do this. And basically what you can do is you can make breakfast the night before. For me, Dollar Tree is more like a disciplinary thing. So what I can do to like cut back on my cost is when I actually go to the Dollar Tree, I can go one time, and if I gotta get essential items, whether it be toothbrushes, toiletries, like things like that, I can just buy all in one stop. That way I don't keep going continuously and it keeps adding up. And the first hack is called the avoid the spending trap. That's the first hack. So just in case, I'll put timestamps in the description below. But the second hack is called the financial bucket list. So when you're working, what you want to do, you base it off your pay. So you want to have 50% to go to your essentials, which is needs. Needs go under car. If you have a car payment or insurance, definitely everyone should have insurance. Car payment, insurance, light bill, rent, of course, phone bill, things that you actually need that are reoccurring bills. So that would be your essentials. Now your savings, it will go into your savings account of what would be left over, and then everything else can be 30%. For me personally, everyone's bucket list is gonna depend on what your living means are and how much you make. For me, I'm gonna do 15, 20, and 15. I mean, wait, I did that wrong. 15, 30, and 15. Because, right, did I right? 15, 30, and 15. Yeah, 15, 30, and 15, because for me, that's just what would work better for me. So you find the plan and you do your needs. Of course, I went over that kind of, and everyone should always have a savings account, because you don't know what could happen. We just literally went through a whole worldwide pandemic. We're still going through it and people are still feeling the aftermath of that. So you want to make sure that you give yourself a safety net. That way you'll be good if or when something else like this happens. Hopefully it doesn't. If you are still going through it, my prayers go out to you and your family, and hopefully this video helps you a little bit. For everything else would still fall into like gym memberships, things like that. Now if you see that you don't have any, like, you should always have money left over once paying all your essential needs and putting into your savings. If you don't, maybe you should reevaluate your cost of what you're spending. So I would cut back on like magazine subscription, concert tickets, things like that. Like, yes, you want to live, but also you want to do it very smartly. Think of your long-term goals of what you want to do. Where do you see yourself in 5-10 years? What do you want to have accomplished for yourself? What do you see yourself obtaining, and what will help you get there? Think long-term instead of a short-term process, because yeah, that concert may be fun, but that money for the concert could went to a trip that you could have took to Hawaii or something like that. I'm probably gonna do like, I want to say probably like, we'll do 7 hacks, lucky number 7, because I don't want to drag this video too long. Going into the third hack, we're gonna go with don't quit cold turkey and to cut back. So say you spent $148, right, in the last month, and you spent it on coffee, right? So now with that 10% that you spent, that's $14. if you spend 10% less than what you did the month prior, your total is going to be $133.20. Now you'll see that it's a $14.80 difference, expense down by the 10% again, and then it'll drop down to $119.88. So it'll be an incremental shifts, like you won't notice it as much. Or what you can do is opt out of coffee altogether and make coffee at home. They have instant coffees, they have coffee makers. It's like 20 bucks. So it's 20 bucks you're spending every week for coffee. You can make it at home and then don't have to worry about keep spending it to get it. Now the fourth hack is very, very important. You may want to make sure that you never miss any payments, because you will get sent to collections. Mind you, I'm 25 years old, but let me tell you, being sent to collections is not fun. It affects your credit. I actually, at one point in my life, was sent to collections, and I had to pay them off because my credit would be affected, and if not, they come and they take your stuff away. You don't want to put yourself in a position when it can be easily prevented with just keeping a payment or just having an open communication with the people that you have a relationship with, your bills. So don't be reliant on your emails. When your bills are due, make sure that you pay your bills on time. Every single bill shouldn't just be reliant on your calendar. If you're one of those people that you need to see it on a calendar, write it down on a calendar. If you got to see it on your phone, put a reminder on your phone. I have 3 different updates. I think I have a calendar. I have actually 2 calendars. I have one upstairs by my nightstand. I have a calendar downstairs. I have the calendar on my laptop that gives me alerts, and then I have the calendar on my phone, and I have alerts to go off the day before the payment are due. Now if you find yourself in a bind, usually a lot of places are understanding as long as you give them enough time to work out a plan or an agreement with them if you're not able to come up with the payment or have the payment in that time frame. So what you want to do is just let them know and be like, hey, this is when I'll have the payment, and they are pretty well about working around what they can do for you to make sure that, because they're gonna want their money. But if you're keeping an open communication, you're keeping a good relationship, and then when other companies call them, they'll be like, yeah, so and so pays their stuff on time, and yeah, they have a little bit of hiccups, but they keep a really good communication and it's always paid on time. So the 5th hack is gonna be to make a wish list. This is just I guess like a long-term thing. So you want to make a wish list, write it down, revisit it, look in a week, and then don't check the price. Now if you think about it and you're still thinking about the price, you probably shouldn't be buying it at all. A really wise person once told me, if you can't buy it in cash, then you probably shouldn't be buying it at all. If you can't buy it 3 times without putting yourself in a bind, then you probably shouldn't be buying it at all. Now there is a rule called the 10-10 rule. This is the 6th hack because we just finished it. And it is the 10-10 rule. So basically, if you want to buy something, you wait 10 minutes. If you're still thinking about the item and it costs less than $10, get it. But if you're still not sure and 10 minutes go by and it costs more than $10, put the item back. This gives your brain time to cool down from the excitement of initially buying a purchase, and you don't impulsively buy a bunch of things. Okay, this one was a simplified coffee, but since I already kind of touched on that for the 7th hack, I'm gonna give you guys a different hack that I actually like resonated with, that I like. When you go grocery shopping, right, let's say you're one person or you're a family of 4 or whatever the case may be, it's always better to shop monthly as opposed to shopping weekly. I mean, yeah, it can work depending on the person. Like if you live alone and stuff, it would be ideal to do like week by weeks. But if you are gonna go shopping week by week and have to stop in the weeks to shop, make sure that you're going when you're done with work or done like during the day. That way that you don't have time to like browse around and don't get a shopping cart. Grocery stores are basically a trap to make you spend money. As someone who has worked in grocery stores, like the way that they set up grocery stores is they kind of trick your brain. They play music so you'll stay in there longer. They give you really big carts so you'll want to fill them up. So if you go in, always make a list to make sure that you make a list to stay the least. But this is kind of gonna wrap up the video. I don't want to drag it on. This was just a sit down and talk. Kayla in the big comfy couch. But yeah, I'm just giving you guys some financial tips. I hope that this helps somebody. Haven't done a sit down video in a really long time. I hope that you guys like this series. If you do, please let me know in the comments below, or like this video so I can know to make more videos like this. Make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe. You already know the vibes, and join the tribe. We're on our way to 1K. I appreciate all you guys that are watching my videos and that engage with my videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.